Hello, and welcome back to Story Time with Eric Zimmer. Our next Dr. Seuss classic is... another good one that has a subtle message to tell people not to be racist or prejudiced. And that is the Sneetches from 1961. Makes me think of the animated short from 1973. Sneetch. Can you say Sneetches? Yes. S-N-E-E-T-C-H-E-S. Sneetches. Oh, S-N-E-E-T-C-H-E-S. Sneetches. Ready? Alright. Let's begin. Now the star-belly Sneetches had bellies with stars. The plain belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big, they were really so small. You might think such a thing wouldn't matter at all. But because they had stars, all the star-belly Sneetches would brag, "We're the best kind of Sneetch on the beaches." Huh. With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. Will have nothing to do with the plain belly snort. Plain belly sort. And whenever they met some, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. When the star-belly children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at all. You only could play if your bellies had stars, and the plain belly children had none upon theirs. Oh, they look so sad. I want to hug them right now. When the star-belly Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toast, they never invited the plain belly Sneetches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near. And that's how they treated them year after year. Then one day, it seems, while the plain belly Sneetches were moping and doping along on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. Personally, I don't consider it a car. It looks like a combo of a sled and a tank truck. "My friends," he announced in a voice clear and keen, "my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles. I heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you. I have what you need. And my prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed." Oh! Then quickly Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine. And he said, "You want stars like a star-belly Sneetch? My friends, you can have them for $3 each." I wonder how much that is in today's money, nearly 60 years ago. "Just pay me your money and hop right aboard." So they clambered inside, and the big machine roared, and it clunked, and it bonked, and it jerked, and it barked, and it bopped them about. But the thing really worked. When the plain belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. Aha! Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start. "We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties, and now we can go to your Frankfurter parties." "Good grief," said the ones who had the stars at the first. "We're still the best Sneetches, and they're still the worst. But now how in the world will we know?" they all frowned. "And which kind is what, or the other way around?" Then up came Miss McBean with a very sly wink. "Oh no, please don't make things worse, Mr. Bean. Just leave them as they are." And he said, "Things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who's who. That is perfectly true. But come with me, friends. Do you know what I'll do? I'll make you again the best Sneetches on beaches, and all it will cost you is $10 eaches." I wonder how much that is today. "Belly stars are no longer in style," said McBean. "But you just gave the ones without stars, and now you say stars are no longer in style? Oh my God, what is he teaching them? What you need is a trip through my star-off machine. The wondrous contraption will take off your stars, so you won't look like Sneetches who have them up on theirs. And that handy machine working very precisely removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely. Then with snoots in the air they paraded about, and they opened their beaks and they let out a shout. We know who is who, now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches without. Then of course those with stars all got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now was frightfully bad. Then of course old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them into his star machine. Then of course from then on, as you probably guessed, things really got into a horrible mess. All the rest of that day, on those wild, screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again. Through the machines they raced round and about again. Kept changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money. They kept paying through. Until neither the plane nor the starbellies knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. I knew he was a con artist. He took all their money. Then when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up, and he went. And he left as he drove in his car up the beach. They will never learn. No, you can't teach a Sneetch. Seems like you're the one who'll never learn. Con artist. But McBean was quite wrong. I'm quite happy to say that the Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches, and that no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day, all the Sneetches forgot about stars, and whether they had one or not upon theirs. Just be yourself, and accept everyone for who they are, because we're all unique in our own special ways. And don't consider yourself superior. That's the important message behind this book. The end. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time on Story Time with Eric Zimmer.